Hello everyone, you are welcome to Brace Tech Analytical channel. So we are going to be guided, mentor, or any subject topic related to analytics. We are on adventure in exploring different features, AI features embedded in Power BI. And we have started our course of training on that. And today we are going to be exploring more concerning that. So starting from the unlocking the features in AI in Power BI, starting from our question and answer, they can take us back to it just to review. So down to our decomposition tree, down to our smart narrative, though we tried to study this so with time last time. So and also today we are going to be explaining understanding data fluctuation, why we are having increase and decrease in sales. So it is very, very important that we understand this subject because most times we have different data fluctuation. It might be maybe there is no any staff available for that particular company, or sales is not really coming forth due to different regulations implemented in that regions, or we have shortage of staff. There are different reasons that may be responsible for such, but there must be a reason why or way to explore the reason why we have increase and decrease. And of course, when we are working with increase analysis, it automatically identifies and explain the main driver behind an increase in a data point. And as well, it helps us to quickly uncover the factors contributing to a decline of a performance of matrices. It helps us to know what are the factors responsible for a decrease, what are the factors responsible for the increase, and also help us to deep dive into it more by providing details breakdown and visualizations to support our explanation. Most time people understand more with visualization. So by using visualization, one of the beauty of it, of explaining data fluctuation, explaining why increase and decrease in our data point or matrices is due for us to understand the benefit of that, be able to explore so that we'll be able to adjust on time and also to provide solution needed for us. Let's go to Power BI to demonstrate on how to work with all this, and they are very, very important. Now, for instance, let me just cite an example using um, the um, the information of sales and dates, maybe by quarters of different year. So that one will help us in our explanation. Now, let me work with my other dates and then I will work with sales as well. So I will come to this, my model view here, and I click on sales. So we can see that we're having different here. We're having different here from this side. So we can change it up though. We are not working with an visual for now. We are just doing normal we are just doing our normal calculation of reason why we are having increase and decrease and in our data point. You can change this to anything you like, but that is not really our focus for today. So our focus is for us to explain the reason why we are having increase and decrease of a particular in a particular data set. Now, let me show you this. When we are having this kind of things, if you want to see the reason why we are having from here, we are having increase in 2016 to 2017. This is 2016 to 2017. Why is the increase? So why are we having increase between this and also between this? This is how to work with them. So now, for instance, if you want to see that, what we just need to do is just to explain and to go back to explanation model, explain Power BI to work with that. You just right click on this last skin and click on analyze. Right click on it will help you that what explain the increase. when you click on explain the increase, it will work with them. It will show all different factors responsible for the increase. Is working on it. So on those results or factors responsible for all this. Though by the time it's giving us the answer, it will generate it alongside with the visuals because that's why I read down for us at the last not quite long that it helps us to generate like visual as touching that. So we generate the visuals, then it will help us to know and to explain intensively the reason and to grab for us to grab it very perfectly. The reason why we have it, and this some of say, and it's telling us by state. This is by year and by and state. Now, states that are responsible for this increase. Now, it's telling us that Washington is telling us that New York and California are the largest increase among the states. And from here now, it's now say offsetting the decrease is Virginia. So now can you see, if you click on this Virginia, it's telling us that the decrease was only in Virginia. But that person that contributed most to the contribution to the increase of our sales in this state between 2016 to 2017 is Washington, New York, and California. And you can see what they contributed. So we're having this one is more than 46,000. This one is more than 22,000. And also this one is more than 15,000. So it will generate even their label with them. So we have these different visuals that will have generated. Now this is by state. We have seen those that contributed to that increase. So if I move down, because we have different visuals that he has generated, and we are going to be checking all those matrices one after the other for us to know those different factors that contributed powerfully to the increase of our sale, either by state, either by different angle that we tried to explore. So it helps us to make a better decision on those different factors or different regions responsible for it. Now, this is by state. If by state, it's now telling us that Seattle, New York, and Philadelphia are the largest increase among the city. Now, as far as city is concerned, Seattle, New York, and Philadelphia are the largest increase. And by the time we come here, we can look at we have this we have this, he has shown us. So, and most times, because we may not be able to see practically, so those people that contributed most to it. So he's telling us that this increase is that green, while the decrease indicate as red. So their total is that blue, and others people that contributed as well all together, their summation was put in yellow. That some others also contributed, but we are seeing those people that contributed most. And of course, we can see that we are seeing it from here. We have to do the explanation. So explanation, most time, we are going to see it in visual, but it will tell us the engine room behind those increase. So that is by city of sales. Now, by customer ID, is telling us that this customer and this customer are the largest increase among customer ID. So he was even telling us those customers that really, by the time you move down, you are going to see customer name. They will explore with customer name. That's their customer ID. Let's see those customers. So we are able to see that customer. So we are seeing those customer here. Tom Ashbrook, we are seeing Raymond Butch, and we are seeing Hunter Lopez. So add the largest increase among customer name. These three customer names contributed so powerfully. So around 2026, quarter three to quarter four, they were men, and it will tell us someone that did not contribute at all to that sales or to that increase. The reason why we are still having that increase, it should have gotten more increase more than that. But someone that was responsible for the increase, for the decrease for that particular matrix was Tamarashad. Offsetting the decrease is of Tamarashad. Tamarashad really affected even that sale. They will have gotten more sales than that. So now this man more supposed to be summoned and to explain the reason why he's not really contributing to development of that particular data set. Now, ship modes too will tell us that first class and second class accounted for the majority of the increase. And you can see that we have 58,000 and we have 29,000. By the time you place it on them, it will show you their change, the sum of sales in their changes. So we could see from our visual. So of course, this has by product ID, and also you can see the product that is sold as well. Let us the product that had more legacy as around that space of time that we are considering quarter three to quarter four, and down the line you'll be able to see by segment office supply has the largest increase among the segment. So and also we are going to see how it works. So now there is a way you can do this. By the time you go to the next level of hierarchy, so if you go to the next level of hierarchy, so before then, you can just break it down to different quarters. By clicking this expand hold downs on level of hierarchy, just click on this, you expand it to different quarters and what we have done for each of the quarters. Though we can label this, so we can just move down to label on it, then can open the label. I want to label it and I'll convert it to 1,000. So of course, you can see that it has been converted to 1,000. And of course, you can increase it so that you can see how good it is. And these are many more that we have done so far. So we can increase it so that you can see the level of that their boldness is all right. I think it's set now. Can change this to deep black so that you can see what we have done. So okay. So now, since we have worked with this, I want to see another way around to work with some models in this place. Now, if I want to see, I've considered the increase. Now, if you want to consider the decrease that happened, now can you see in quarter four, year 2016, this quarter four in year 2016, I want to see the decrease between this quarter four and also quarter one in 2017. Now, in our last quarter 2016, we had Moses. What happened in the following year, quarter one? Since we are having more quarter between October, November, and December, what now happened to the first quarter, January, February, and March of the following year? So now let's do the findings. So it is very important for us to check for the reason behind this decrease. So now we click on this. When we click on this, then we work with those factors responsible for those matrices. Analyze, right click. They will tell you that explains the decrease. Explain the reason why we are having it. So then it will show us, is here the analysis of the 47.48% in decrease in sum of say between 2016 quarter four and 2017 quarter one. Though these are what we really want to consider. 2016 quarter four and 2017 quarter one. These are the things that we want to search, want to look, want to explore. Now, sales. Don't forget we are working with their sales. And of course, you can see that it's talking to us about sum of sales around those specific space of time. Now, first thing it will show us, we have different visuals like the way we saw the previous one we did that was responsible factor. Then we are going to be checking one after the other. This other hiding. So it's now showing us the other hiding responsible for this, and this are the largest decrease. It will show us those people that contributed heavily to that falling or to that decrease. And also, it will tell us that someone that really did well around that matrices is showing us that this man. So try all his best to do one thing there, just that the effort was not seen because of this terrible contribution of this customer above here. So, and also it was telling us that this and this changed the most. So we could see people that affected it up here and someone that helped in the increase a bit. So, and of course, we could see it in visual. Now, by city, let's see. This city, Los Angeles and New York, this Lavenshade, Los Angeles, New York, are the largest decree among cities. So these people are this city were the city that affected the decrease above city around that space of time of 2016 quarter four and the following year 2017 new quarter for first quarter. So now we can see that these are the people responsible for the decrease. We could see their contribution. This one had most, even most of them they have debts because we could see minus that was debts. They were in debt, so they did not even have any profit. By states, it's telling us California, Indiana, New York has the largest decrease. So we could see all of them. This California, almost like depth of 24,000. This one, 20, almost depth of 23,000. And also New York, almost depth of 19,000. So they contributed among states. Now, all these findings help us to make a proper decisions, to know what to do and the step to take. Since you have seen different factors responsible for all this, what should be our response, our reaction, or what should we do to resolve this? So these and many more are very important, and this can take hours for any organization or anybody working to discover this thing, because we wondering why is the decrease or why is the increase of a particular matrix in a data set. But with these features integrated, help us to identify those hidden factors without any stress. You can see it's breaking them for us one after the other. By the time you move down, you are able to see categories of things that they sold. Can you see categories or the product that they affected? The furniture accounted for the majority of the decrease. So we see that furniture almost like 57 was in debt. So there is no way there won't be decrease because these are debts that was happening around that things. That is why you are seeing maybe you made a promise, you made a profit following year, and the last year there was a debt for this. So there was a debt in furniture, and then be able to know who are those people that sold it. Then you can move down to customer name. This is by region. In the region, East had most debts. East has more depth, and many things more like this we can consider, and we are going to check to see what was the problem. So we can see the products that they have sold. These are products. It's telling us this products, and these products are the largest decrease. We are going to be seeing the products are responsible for it, though we have seen those customers that will be responsible for it. So we'll be seeing different function for it. For segment corporate had more depth concerning that. He had more depth concerning that. Now we can even check another thing to see how it works again. Maybe you want to work with this is by decrease. You can as well work with by increase, as we can see. Now, between this quarter three and quarter four, or we share quarter three in 2017 year. So in 2017 year, and we are checking this quarter three. So there was an increase down here. So from 96,000 to 280,000. That was a massive increase from 196,000 to 280. That was a massive increase. Now let's check to see people that contributed to this sales. So right click on it, analyze, explains what the increase. Now let's see. We are seeing subcategories. It was telling us that copier, tables, and machine among subcategories accounted for the majority of the increase. So the increase happened as the factors based on copiers, tables, and machines. So that is why we are having more increase as touching this. Now, product ID, now we can see their product ID that has the largest increase as well. And we could see them in visuals around this. So we could see them in visuals around this, that they are very helpful for us to work with. So under this thing, again, we scroll down. There are different visuals for us to see different factor responsible for this is a product name. And also we have by state. It's telling us that we're having this, and this as the largest increase. And of course, we could see them in visuals. All these green signs are positive. While we are seeing this, when we are seeing this red signs as what? As negative or debts. So this also will throw down customer is telling our customers that contribute. I know we are considering there was a massive between 196,000 to 280,000 just between a quarter. It means that it's a lot. So we have to consider those customers that really did their best. So we could see these customers, this man and this man, that how they contributed to the increase of that sales. So down the line, and of course, we are going to be seeing whatsoever factors we want to see and the city where we had them. So we have this, we have this, we have this. And of course, there's an information given us here that we are working, we are considering, and also by region, that in East and South accounted for the majority of the increase. So you could see that in East, we have almost like 33,000, while in South, we are having about 32,000. That was a massive increase across those regions. So, and the reason why we're having this, of course, you can even consider again, um, we can do quarter by quarter. You can do quarter by quarter. So, this is quarter. You can do quarter by quarter. Is very important too. We do quarter by quarter. So this quarter one, and quarter 4, 2014. So this is 2014, and also want to do quarter 4 2016. Now, this is from year to year. We can do something like this as well. So we just click on it, and we we look at about what we do and why the increase as well. So regardless of the of things that you want to do, well, it is easy for you to work with them. So we just drag it, and from here, and we see. It will tell us the reason why we have an increase from here to here. Just right click on this, and you right click on this. No, we right click on both quarter 4 2014 and also quarter 4 2016, and right click on it. So just explain it. So we can see that it's telling us the reason why we have an increase. And of course, it will break it down for us and many other things that are responsible for these factors. It will show us from here, from subcategories between those quarters that we have done for 20. Of course, it's telling us the analysis is based on 34.44% increase in some of say between 2014 quarter 4 and 2016 quarter 4. So this is quarter by quarter. Now you could see what is happening. We can generate even year by year. So just click on those columns, then you work with them, how it works. By state is showing up that between those quarter states that contributed well, and also by other ID that contributed well as well. Now, if you love any virtual, this is by city, this is by customer ID, and all that. Now, funny enough that if you look for instance for this customer name, so if you love those visuals, just come and click on the plus sign here. When you click on the plus sign here, you are going to see it here. So that shows that you are going to have it as a standard visual. Can you see now? So anything I click here, so we are going to be seeing their display. Be showing us, we can generate many things like that under this place, and it will show us. So we can see that this by quarter, and of course, if you want to do any other thing, you can as well do it. So just shows that you have converted this to standard visuals so that we can use. If you love any visuals and we can work with them, just click on that plus sign to make it a standard visuals. So these are things and many things that we can do. As far as increase and decrease is concerned, in Power BI. I hope we have understood this lecture. So follow me for more of these updated videos that will be sending to us. I can go through it and have your time to study it. Help me to subscribe to my channel. It's a way of doing your little contribution. This is Great Tech Analytics that helps you to improve your knowledge as regarded analytics. Thank you for your time and thank you for listening.